Boa tarde a todos e todas. Sejam bem-vindos e bem-vindas a mais um webinar da rede EducationUSA. A rede EducationUSA é uma rede ligada ao Departamento de Estado dos Estados Unidos. São mais de 400 escritórios no mundo inteiro. Aqui no Brasil são 41. Eu estou em um dos escritórios que fica na Universidade Presbiteriana Mackenzie, aqui em São Paulo. Meu nome é Davi Medeiros. E também temos um outro advisor na FAAP, que é o Murilo Artesi. Nós sempre realizamos eventos para vocês, né, com universidades ou plantões de dúvida. Tem muitas coisas online acontecendo que vocês podem se beneficiar disso. E hoje a gente está tendo essa super chance, essa grande oportunidade de falar diretamente com representantes de um community college nos Estados Unidos, que é o MiraCosta College. And so, thank you, Mia, Xiao, and Tiago for being here, and the floor is yours.
Ok. So, eu vou falar em português, eu acho que é melhor. Meu nome é Tiago. Sou estudante da MiraCosta há 3 anos. Trabalho na MiraCosta no International Office já fazem 2 anos. Eu estudo engenharia aeroespacial e é isso aí, eu sou de São Paulo. Xiao, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Xiao. So today we're going to be doing an interactive presentation. What that means is we'll be having some sort of game. So what will you do is that we'll be asking a question and then you can type in your answer in the chat and I'll be able to keep count of who is the winner at the end. And the winner at the end of this presentation will be getting a gift from MiraCosta College that we'll be sending to you personally.
And hi, everyone. My name is Mia, and I coordinate the international office at MiraCosta College. And we are excited to partner with EducationUSA and share some information about our college and the student experience, what you can expect as a student at our school. Do you want to go ahead, Xiao, and start with the first one?
Sure.
With the Instagram, do you want to start that?
Yeah. So to get the game started, we want to be giving students a free point. So you will be able to get a free point if you follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram is at MiraCosta International. So super simple. I'll type it in the chat as well. But if you follow us, we'll be able to give you 1 point to get the game started.
And as we start our presentation, we'll actually, Tiago will start.
Beleza. A primeira coisa que a gente quer explicar é o que é um community college, que eu acredito que não tenha no Brasil esse tipo de instituição. O community college é uma faculdade, em termos básicos, que você faria o seu general education, então o seu ciclo básico, por exemplo, da engenharia, suas aulas de inglês, matemática, física, as aulas mais básicas e mais gerais, e depois de 2 anos você transferiria para uma universidade de 4 anos, que é como a gente chama as universidades grandes, tipo Harvard, Stanford, UCLA, que aí você terminaria seu bacharelado e se formaria. Okay.
Excellent. Okay, so we're going to start a little interactive fun. So those of you, you're just going to shout, or you're welcome to shout, or just type an answer into the chat box, because it's kind of a fun way to think about school. So first question. So we are just exiting winter and starting spring and almost into summer. But our first question is, what do you think the average temperature in winter in Oceanside, California? So you can either type in the color, like is it green? Is it yellow? Is it blue? Is it red? Just make a guess. What do you think the average winter schedule or winter temperature is? All right. Good job. All right. Good guesses. Anyone else? I think we got one more person. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, here we go. All right. It was red. So 16 degrees Celsius, and we heard from Tiago, that's kind of cold for you. Sometimes it feels cold to us. Oceanside is actually known as one of the most median temperatures in the US, meaning the difference between our cold and our high is very small. So we're almost the same temperature year round because we're so close to a very temperate ocean. Yeah, our location helps with that. So next question. See how we're doing. Okay, a very important one. How much does it cost to go to school? Right? That's a major question when you're choosing an institution. So what do you think is the cost of tuition for one school year? Okay, so we've got the blue, red, green, yellow. Okay, yellow, yep. Anyone else? Does everyone get a guess out there?
O custo da MiraCosta especificamente,
Yeah.
não de todas as universidades.
As you can see, the picture below looks like Tiago's background, which is our famous clock tower and our library. All right, we got yellows, right? And that is a very typical cost you'll see at some four-year universities, but I'm super happy to tell you that it's about $9,000 a year for our tuition. So you can see that starting at the two-year or community college, you're saving for the first 2 years of the same education that you would be getting at a four-year university. And so that you complete your first 2 years of university study, all your general education courses and your preparation for your major, before you have to pay the higher price at the four-year universities.
Né, que é benefício dos community colleges, comparados com as universidades de 4 anos.
All right. So we're surprising everybody so far. Okay. So my buttons are not working really well today. Sorry. All right. What about this? Southern California got a lot of attractions. Which one of these is not a famous attraction near MiraCosta College? Which one is not a famous attraction near our college? They may all be famous, but any guesses? Okay, we're back to yellow. Is everyone in agreement? We got yellow. SeaWorld. We got that. All right, this one we didn't fool you, right? So, of course, Washington, D.C. on the other side of the U.S. is where the White House is. We're on the West Coast, right? And you can see from our map, we're in the very southern part of California. We're really close to San Diego, which borders the Mexican border, right? But we're very close to all these attractions. So one major advantage of Southern Cal is it's so culturally diverse. It's got the food and events that are fun to attend. Anything in particular you like, Tiago, in our area?
Eu gosto muito no sul da Califórnia, que é lugar como as pessoas falam lá que é paraíso. Se você quer ir para a praia, você pode ir para uma praia perto. Se você quer ir para uma montanha onde tem neve, também tem. Se quer ir para um deserto, acampar ou andar de quadriciclo, também tem. Então, tem praticamente tudo que você possa pensar assim, de diversão no sul da Califórnia.
Nice. Okay. All right. Ooh, goodness, Mia. Okay. So one of the big advantages of starting at a community college is that students get the support they need to be successful. So which of these supports can you get for free at MiraCosta College? Which of these supports? And the hint is it's more than one. So you can pick 2 or 3 or 4. It's up to you. Which ones do you think are free for all students attending MiraCosta? This one's a little tricky. Okay, blue and red. I like that. Mm-hmm. Anybody else? Yellow and blue. Okay, good. We got a bunch of them. Anybody else? I think EducationUSA should play too. See how you do with these. Everyone ready?
Yeah.
To the next one? Okay. Well, believe it or not, it's everything except for the housing. And we're going to get to that in a minute. But these services, like the reason why we know people starting at the community college, students starting at the community college are successful is because we have the services to make sure that wherever they're starting, whatever level of English or their academic background, we want to make sure that they have the support they need to succeed, right? To focus on their education, right? Find the services and the personal as well as academic support. So, Tiago, what do you think of these services have been very valuable for you?
O Counseling Center, como chamamos lá, que seria pessoas que trabalham especificamente com as classes e os cursos que você deseja. Então, por exemplo, você faria uma meeting com um counselor, que é uma pessoa que ajuda você, que você está em dúvida em qual curso estudar ou qual classes você tem que escolher, porque nos Estados Unidos você que escolhe suas classes, não tem um horário. Então, você teria que escolher suas classes por você mesmo. Então, essa pessoa seria a pessoa que ajudaria você a escolher suas classes, escolher os seus cursos. E eles ajudam muito nessas horas. A gente também tem na nossa biblioteca os tutores que tem divididos em 3 partes, que seria o Writing Center, que seria a parte de inglês, que você precisa de ajuda a fazer uma redação ou um currículo até, eles ajudam você. Também tem o Math Learning Center, que se você tem alguma classe de matemática que você precisa de ajuda com algum exercício ou algum trabalho, também tem pessoas lá que podem te ajudar. E também tem o STEM Center, que é como se fosse de matemática, só que para classes focadas em ciências. E todos eles são de graça, vale muito a pena, eles ajudam mesmo. E são coisas que a MiraCosta oferece, que ajuda muitos alunos a serem bem successful nas classes deles.
Excellent. Okay, so a little bit more about housing, right? So we know that housing was not for free. MiraCosta, like many community colleges, we do not have dormitories or campus housing. The word community college kind of represents we serve the people in our community that live around us. So international students who come will live around or near the college. We always recommend students apply to stay with a host family. It is the easiest way to arrive and have a safe and comfortable place to go and be ready to go to school. And through that host family experience, you'll get to know the community and get to know friends and find locations to stay. So our students can either stay with a host family, and there are companies that will place you. And then many of our students will find their own private housing anywhere close to our college or on public transportation, or they can get a private car and travel. Yeah. This might be a time to do a small break in case anybody has any questions of something we talked about. Or if you have a question in the chat, and we'll make sure to cover it, feel free to tell us what you're thinking about now so that we make sure we cover what you have.
E se quiser perguntar em português também, pode perguntar ou falando ou colocando no chat.
You can practice giving a thumbs up on your screen if we're ready to go. All right, looks like we're ready. All right, let's go to the next question. Okay, our next one is about our academics. So let's focus on that. So community colleges offer a wide range of programs. So which of these are courses that are not offered at MiraCosta? These are not offered at MiraCosta. Are we thinking creative applied arts, maths or science, business technology, law and medicine? Fabulous. All right. Good. Joining in. Wonderful. Okay, everybody there? We're ready? All right. So some of you guys got that. So MiraCosta is a comprehensive community college, meaning we do offer preparation or the beginning parts, the first 2 years of any major you can consider in the U.S. Law and medicine in the U.S. educational system is at the graduate level. So we don't study law as you would in Brazil at the undergraduate level. So students first complete a 4-year degree for either to start medicine or to start law. And there's many majors you can choose from before you start that education. So we do have that comprehensive beginning part. So we do have the university degree for transfer or the associate degree. This is making sure that the first 2 years of education you take are identical to the university you want to attend, right? So we're going to try to map out your education so it's matching your goal. The associate degree or the 2-year degree is a wonderful vocational or career-centered degree. They're also a 2-year degree, but the courses are designed to go to work, right? To have some a career skill. And finally, a certificate of achievement is a short-term certificate of 1 year or more. And that is designed for a focused study in one particular topic. I did want to highlight that MiraCosta does have a specialty in the STEM fields, and in particular, our biotechnology program that is both a certificate and an associate's degree was very well known, and we have a lot of employment in our region. And for that reason, we were approved to offer one bachelor's degree. And that bachelor's degree is in biomanufacturing. So at MiraCosta, you can actually start a biotechnology program and complete all 4 years to get a bachelor's degree at our school. One advantage of that program is it is a very low price all the way through year 4. And it is designed specifically for people looking for employment. And I know this is a very popular topic in light of our pandemic, and people are manufacturing medications and pharmacy drugs all over. So this one is another opportunity at our school. Okay, so a little bit more. When you start at MiraCosta College, sometimes you're not sure exactly the topic you want to complete. So we kind of design our program into just 6 areas. And so you may not be very specific to one, but maybe you have, it's going to be in one of those 6 areas. And then you'll see here how we break those down into majors. So for example, Tiago's getting a degree in a general degree in math and science because he's following this engineering path, right? And so for engineers, he's had to take math and physics and design. And what else have you had to take?
English, biology, just like all of them. There's a lot. It's very broad. It's not focused only on engineering. So you have to take multiple. I even took political science classes about the US, constitutional and stuff.
Yeah, that's so true.
So it's very broad, the program at MiraCosta. But when you transfer to a four-year university, you get more specific classes related to your major.
Exactly right. That's how we design our education in the US. 2 years of general, 2 years of specific. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what about this one? This is kind of a yes/no question. So true, false in this particular case. An international student needs a TOEFL score and be very good at English before you start your college classes. Need a TOEFL score and be really good. All right. Nice. You guys have gotten it, right? So the nice thing about a community college is that we really do have a level for everybody. So MiraCosta, we do have a intensive English program for people who don't have TOEFL, not ready exactly for college classes, want to acquire better skills, get to know the campus because it's located right at our Oceanside location. And Tiago started here, so he might be able to tell us a little bit about it.
O programa de ELA da MiraCosta é muito bom, na minha opinião. Eu, no Brasil, sempre fiz escola de inglês como... Não vou falar o nome da concorrência, mas essas escolas de inglês que são a parte do ensino médio. Foi até que bom quando eu cheguei lá, mas quando eu cheguei nos Estados Unidos, é um inglês totalmente diferente. Então, a Mia e a Sayaka me ofereceram esse ELA Program, que durante 5 meses eu aprendi muito inglês, mesmo com os professores americanos e o curso 100% inglês. Então, eu não tinha ninguém brasileiro para poder falar português. E o que é muito interessante sobre esse curso é que todos os alunos também são estudantes internacionais. Então, lá eu fiz amigos do Japão, Alemanha, França, China, Coreia, Japão, de todos esses países, e meio que viraram meus amigos mais próximos dos Estados Unidos, porque a gente começou do mesmo ponto. E com certeza é uma oportunidade muito boa se você tem a oportunidade de fazer esse ELA.
So I just added in the chat information about the level of English needing to start college classes. So you'll notice it's a little different score than a 4-year school because we do offer the developmental English. And a really exciting part of MiraCosta is our writing classes that start in English as a second language, meaning professors that are familiar with language learning are all transferable. They're all going to be a part of your university transfer program when you start at college. So it's kind of an exciting part about learning English at the college level. Okay, so let's talk about the fun parts of college. What team sports are available at MiraCosta? And again, this is going to be more than one. So which ones do you think we offer as a team sport?
This one is going to surprise them.
It's kind of a trick question.
This one is going to surprise them.
Good guess. Okay, do we have everybody in there? Wow, so we have a winner there. Oops, let's go back one. So right, it was everything but American football. Go figure. So we do have other team sports like rugby, and we also have a nationally recognized surf team. It kind of helps that a lot of the surf competitions nationally happen near our school. So our competitors are not as familiar with our surf locations, but it's just to say that it's a very popular spot for surfing. But in addition to team sports, we have sports for fun. So between our clubs and intramural sports, which just means between each other, you'll be able to play sports with your friends and your faculty and your staff. Another one of our student support team, Askar and I play tennis. So we're on the tennis club. And so lots of ways to get involved. So a big question a lot of people have is about what's going on with COVID in the United States and what can you expect at the American schools. So you probably know that most schools have their own policy and procedures. So you might hear what's going on nationally, but it's pretty important that we check in with each school to find out what they're doing. So Tiago's getting ready to go off to a four-year university and discovered what their policy is. But we do have a FAQ on our campus that will be very helpful. So just so that you know what's going on now is beginning in fall, we are offering an in-person class for students who would like to start their academic program in the US. It is a very small number. All classes, all majors are available online. So if you're interested in beginning your education, you do have some choices about whether you want to travel or whether you want to stay home in preparation for possibly spring or beyond. The English Language Institute is planning in-person classes. They have the space to do that. And the good news, as you probably have heard from EducationUSA, is there is the exception that Brazilian students with the F1 visa can travel to the US. So that's the good news. A couple other things. Our college will be requiring a vaccine for students who are wanting to travel to California and take class. And the other good news is the vaccine is readily available in California. So with good planning, you could arrive and be vaccinated in time for school. And I know that's Tiago's goal.
It is.
Yeah, so that is the end of our quiz and our fun activity. We have more than just Instagram. If you want to follow us or find out more information about our school or talk to students. And I will leave this up for just a few minutes. And this is opening it up to anybody with questions.
Thank you very much for all of you for the presentation, and please, all of you that are in the room, take the advantage of having the representatives and the student here to ask them questions.
E também a pergunta não precisa ser especificamente sobre a faculdade, pode ser sobre talvez a cidade, ou o que tem para fazer, ou como que é viver na Califórnia.
Which is, by the way, might be a wonderful thing, right? To live in California. In a city close to San Diego. Wow. And it's very interesting. I don't know if you also call the pathway the English program that you offer, but the requirement for the TOEFL IBT of 46 is very interesting for Brazilian students who are in the third year of high school here and not very comfortable with their English, right? So interesting.
Yeah, that was me 3 years ago.
Oh yeah. And to learn from you how that experience went, that you've met friends from overseas, from many other places, right?
Yeah, all continents, but Australia, all continents.
All continents, but Australia, yes. So we have here Felipe, Carolina, Daninha. Please, if you want, feel free to open your mic and to talk to Xiao, Mia, and Tiago. Or drop the questions in the chat, because it's always good to be in touch with the representatives, because you're getting the information firsthand. And so if you want to.
Can I ask something?
Yes, please, Carolina, go ahead.
It's kind of specific.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about doing nursing, and I searched a bit, and I find out I first have to do a pre-nursing program. And my doubt is, after doing the pre-nursing at the community college, can I do 2 years of nursing at a community college and then transfer to a university? Or I have to do the 4 years at a university?
So you've asked a great question. Nursing education, I wish had an easy answer. But it's one of those complicated topics, because nursing could be done at a certificate level, at a degree level, and at advanced degrees, right? So there's many different kinds. MiraCosta does have a nursing program that includes the RN, the registered nurse, as well as the LVN, licensed vocational nursing. So all of it can be done at the community college. It's true. You can go all the way through the RN program. The main problem with nursing is that they have limited numbers of seats, right? For every nurse student, there has to be a place at a hospital for them, and there has to be equipment dedicated to them. So it's hard to get in. So what happens is you do your pre-nursing studies. Typically, students then need some experience, so that maybe they do optional practical training, but there's no guarantee that a spot will be available. So people that dedicate themselves to nursing, it can take 4, 5, 6 years. Not because the education is that long, but it takes that long to get in. Yeah. So I wish I had an easy answer, but you can start pre-nursing, And what happens is you apply to multiple places and you just keep going until a space is available.
Belinha
Yeah.
asked me how was my transfer process. Eu acho que essa pergunta foi referente ao transferir-me da MiraCosta para uma faculdade de 4 anos, certo? Então, esse processo, ele é bem, vamos falar assim, tem bastante steps, como que é? Steps, muitos steps.
Muitos passos, né?
Muitos passos, mas é bem simples de você fazer. A primeira coisa que você faz, depois de entrar na MiraCosta, você estuda todas as suas classes certinho, e 1 ano antes de você graduar, na verdade 6 meses antes de você graduar, eu fiz em agosto, setembro do ano passado, é quase 1 ano, para falar a verdade, você aplica para a universidade de 4 anos. Eu apliquei para San Diego State, apliquei para Cal Poly, São Luís Obispo, e eu também apliquei para essa Wichita State University, no Kansas, que foi a que eu entrei. Aí depois de um tempo de você aplicar, a faculdade vai responder se eles aceitaram ou não você, e também pode ter a opção da faculdade oferecer uma bolsa, que foi a que a Wichita me ofereceu uma bolsa. Então eu falei, beleza, vou terminar na MiraCosta esse semestre e vou transferir para a Wichita. A Wichita manda para você uma transfer request, que é requerimento de transferência, e a carta que você entrou que você foi aceito. Então, o que você precisa fazer é você mandar essa carta e as 2 cartas para a MiraCosta, foi o que eu fiz. Aí a Mia e a Sayaka, que é outra pessoa que trabalha com a gente, ela fill out os papéis, escreveu tudo certinho e mandou para mim. Aí eu mando para a universidade e eles vão transferir o meu I-20. I-20 é como se fosse o seu RG dos Estados Unidos, vamos falar assim. Que você tem o F1, que é o Visa F1, que é para você entrar, e esse I-20 funciona como se fosse provando que você continua estudando nos Estados Unidos. Você só pode ficar lá dentro quando você tem um I-20 válido. Todos os anos eu fiquei com o I-20 válido sobre o MiraCosta College, e agora eu estou transferindo esse I-20 da MiraCosta para a Wichita State. Então, é esse mais ou menos o processo.
Thank
At
you, Thiago.
MiraCosta,
Yes.
one more thing. At MiraCosta, we also have the transfer center that have counselors specifically assigned to students to help with the whole transfer process. They host workshops, presentations, and office hours for students to drop in and attend. And they help you throughout the whole process, whether you're initially looking for schools and you're applying, and also after you're accepted. They help you throughout the whole process.
Sempre tem pessoas... Eu conversei com a Transfer Counselor, que me ajudou com toda a papelada e o que eu tinha que fazer e tudo mais. Eles são bem me ajudam bastante.
That's what I was just about to add. The community colleges always help the students in terms of the transfer, because that's the goal of the Brazilian students who go to the United States and start their undergraduate program in a community college. They start the 2 years there, and they know that they have an office that's gonna help them to understand how the process is, the articulations, right? Because in California, if I'm not mistaken, by law, the student has a spot available in case he reaches a certain GPA. Is that right, Mia and Shaw?
Yes, in the general sense, we didn't share the slide, which we will add next time, which is
Yes.
we have 107 community colleges. So there's
107. Wow.
107. We're the largest system of education actually in the world, with about
Wow.
2.8 million people. So there's lots of ways to start the first 2 years, right? And then we have 24 California state universities. And then we have 9 universities of California. Those are those famous UCLA, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego. And so there are transfer guarantees. So the CSU system says there is a spot for every student graduating from a 2-year, right? There is a CSU spot. And then the UCs, we have 5 transfer agreement guarantees. That means you get to choose one school that you're guaranteed to get in with that certain GPA, which is about a 3.2 in most of those universities, which is a B+ average. Yeah.
Wow, that's nice, because as we are talking about the benefits of studying in a community college, right? You have the chance, if you're not very fluent with English, to start in a pathway program and spend a semester like Thiago did, right? Studying English and prepare yourself to this new cycle of your life. And then you have small classes, right? In MiraCosta, usually, which is the regular size of the classes?
Tem classes que a que eu mais peguei alunos foi 42. Acho que 40 ou 42 foi o máximo. Mas a média é de, vou falar assim, 30.
Yes, which is very small comparing to like big
300.
universities, right? That may have like 300 students sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
My university chemistry class was 450.
450? I've never heard that before. Wow, that's big. Wow. And well, and you also have this. We always share there are some students that choose to go to community college, and it's very interesting that when they live this experience, they tell us, oh, there I could develop more in terms of I could stand more, because the relations between the professors are very close to the student, right? The community is very close to the student as well, and so it's very, very interesting if you consider community colleges as an opportunity, which is great. Any other questions, guys? And Thiago, can you tell us about the pre-engineering, because I'm not familiar with that, and I found that very interesting. Can you tell how the pre-engineering was for you these 3 years at MiraCosta?
Com certeza. Então, o pre-engineering é bem similar do que se o aluno fosse estudar física, ou se ele fosse estudar matemática, ou até mesmo computer science. As classes que você pega, no meu caso de engenharia, eu peguei cálculo 1, 2, 3, equações diferenciais e álgebra linear. Então, são classes de matemática e física, que são mais o foco do pre-engineering, E também tem essa General Education, que a gente fala que seria as classes de inglês, de biologia, de political science. São as classes gerais que todos os alunos que estudam na Califórnia, independente do curso, eles têm que pegar certas classes como essas. E esse seria o pre-engineering. Então, quando eu transferir agora, eu não vou ter mais classe de inglês, de matemática, de física. Eu vou ter especificamente uma classe que seria do meu curso de engenharia aeroespacial. Então, ia ter aerodinâmica e assim vai. Todas essas classes de engenharia aeroespacial que eu aprenderia sobre especificamente e só o meu curso.
Thank you, Thiago. And one other thing, in terms of clubs, how does that work in at MiraCosta? Because I think it's something that attracts the students a lot.
Yeah, Xiao, can you pull up with the picture of all the clubs that we have available? A MiraCosta sempre teve muitos clubes e eles todos são, vamos falar assim, organizados pelos alunos. Então, se os alunos querem um clube que não existe, que tem interesse deles, eles podem criar um clube e ter um clube deles mesmos. Temos hoje 46 clubes. Por causa do coronavírus, muitos deles não estão ainda se encontrando. Mas, que nem o Soccer Club, eu já fui parte dele, jogava bola de sexta-feira na MiraCosta. Também a Mia, ela tá parte do Tennis Club. E tem muitos que você pode escolher, se não tiver o que você... um clube que você queira e a gente não ainda tenha criado, você mesmo pode criar. E isso também conta quando você for transferir para uma universidade de 4 anos, que você pode colocar no seu currículo lá, eu criei um clube. E essas coisas que são extracurricular activities contam muito para quando você vai transferir para uma universidade.
It's a very reasonable number of clubs. That's very interesting. And it's a part of the experience of a higher education, right? In the US. That's nice.
One really fun part about MiraCosta is the international office is right next door to the club office.
Okay.
So it's easy to go from club to club, or there's a huge room for people to meet and have fun and play games. And so it's the international student life is connected to all this other
How nice.
part of campus life.
And one thing that I remember now is regarding the application process for MiraCosta, to MiraCosta. Oh, we have Raíssa. Do you mind if I allow her? Okay, so Raíssa is entering now, and then we can talk to her. Bem-vinda, Raíssa. Our presentation already ended, but we have here the representatives and the student, Xiao, Mia, and Thiago, and you can talk to them.
Sure, thank you so much. I'll just give here.
Yes, Raíssa. And so one thing that I was about to ask regarding the application process to MiraCosta, do you need require letters of recommendation, for example? Do you require SAT or ACT in the process? How does that work?
Xiao, since your presentation is up, you might share the screen. So it's a pretty simple process at the community college. So if we go back to the level of our education, so one thing is we look for students who have completed high school. So the entry to the college level is by completing high school. So there is some academic review for students that they're at the level for college. We do have many students who have attended a university and people who have completed a university as well in Brazil. So the application tells us who you are, what you want to do, and when you want to start. That's what an application is about. The bank statement is related to your visa to make sure you're eligible to apply for the F1 visa. Then we look for the academic transcripts, whether it's the high school completion or more. And then proof of English if you want to go directly to a college program.
Perfect. Thank you very much for bringing that up. again, it's just to reinforce how another benefit of applying to a community college, right? A very simpler application process, right?
And one special thing about MiraCosta is our application is free.
Oh, it's free. Wow, another benefit then for MiraCosta. That's nice, guys. And so a free application fee. That's very interesting. You're saving money already. That's nice. And you do not require them for sending the certified translations to the credential evaluation service, do you?
No, we do ask that the transcripts, if they're issued in Portuguese, we would have a translation,
Yes.
but they don't have to go through a service. So maybe EducationUSA could assist with the translation.
Yes, we
component.
offer the certified translations. Yes.
Excellent. So that's a great service you provide. So if you've attended a university or a college, there's no requirement to go through the evaluation service. However, it may be beneficial to you once you come to our college so that any classes you took in Brazil can apply towards your degree. Yeah. So it happens later. Yeah.
Yes. Well, now it's 6 p.m. here. Do you want to deliver any final words for them?
Maybe Xiao has some announcements.
Yes.
Yes, so it was a tie between Carolina and Belinha.
Oh.
So I asked them to give me their addresses so I could send them their gifts.
Wow, so both are gonna get the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
How nice. Congratulations to both of you. And thank you for this opportunity, for offering them to the students.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you all for spending the time with us. And we are here to answer questions in the future to reach us.
Yes, and so this recording is going to be available on our YouTube channel, so you can watch the record again. If you want to have the Mia's and Shao contact information, or maybe Thiago's, I don't know if it's gonna be possible, please just send us a message and we forward it to them, okay? So just to finish the presentation here, muito obrigado a todos e todas que participaram desse webinar com o MiraCosta College, com o Xiao Quang, com o Miss Cavone e o Thiago Toscano, representando então o MiraCosta College, que é um community college da Califórnia. Esperamos vê-los em outros eventos da Rede EducationUSA, com universidades, ou os plantões de dúvida, enfim, todos os eventos online que a gente está oferecendo. Tenham todos uma boa tarde e até a próxima.